Hello, what's up? Gonna do a vlog walk home. We swapped it to the back camera because did a little test and man, that back camera's 4K, looking crispy. So yeah, it's been a little bit since I feel like I just gave like a update, I suppose, from that last one. And just figured I could hit it right here on the way home. So some good stuff. So yeah, we got our booster shots. Those things went well. Ever since they started putting in the third booster requirement here, COVID rates have been going down, which is nice. They enacted a no bigger than 4-person party limit on like hangouts in people's apartments, out and about. Only 4 people group size. Apparently that worked well. I think they've expanded it to you can now have 6 people. So that's nice. But yeah, so that's been good. Things have been going well there on that front. Feeling good, feeling healthy about all that. So the big news I would say has been we actually recently learned. I've been looking at ways to go visit home. I know that we finished our semester at the end of December. Basically, I taught for like the first week of January. Since then, I've been doing some camp planning, kind of just chilling, desk warming like they call it here. Started my first day of camp today. I can talk about that in a second. Also, had a couple other videos I've been trying to make. I can chat about those too. But the first thing that I was super stoked about is the policy for going home. They changed that around. So now, if you go home, you don't have to take vacation days when you quarantine when you come back. Right now in Korea, there's a 10-day mandatory quarantine for anybody entering the country, whether you're a Korean citizen, vaccinated, foreigner, anything. 10-day quarantine. Good news is you could quarantine at your own apartment. So that's nice, a lot better than spending $1,500 on a hotel like we did when we first got here. But still would have to do that, and that's really good news about the whole I can work from home during that 10-day quarantine. Before, they were making everybody use vacation days, and that just doesn't work. Go home for a week plus 10 days vacation just to sit, so you're using 17 vacation days just to do a 1-week trip home. Math doesn't really check out. So yeah, they swapped it up. So we were stoked. We bought flights home the same day. Actually pretty good price too, not bad at all. Getting to fly back for $1,600 for my wife and I. So I felt good about it. A little bit less than normal. Decided to visit my family. Been trying to think about what are some fun things that I can bring back home for people, little gifts and stuff. Also, I want to know what are some things that I can get from home, bring back here. Yeah, going home. My mom's obviously stoked. I'm excited to see family, excited to see friends, spend time over there. I think it'll be really cool. It's been a long time. Furthest I've ever been away from home, I think. Like summer camps or any of that stuff. Probably even college. Like, I don't think it's been since August. So August to February will be a lot of months. I don't know. Something like 8 months, I guess. It's a long time. So I'm excited. Looking forward to it. I think, what else you got going on? Yeah, so today was the first day start of camp, which is fun. The winter camp, and each Epic teacher, sometimes you teach camp, sometimes you don't. So some of our friends do. Some of them got it canceled because of COVID. But basically, you're just doing a camp for 5 to 10 days with a group of students that want to learn English after school. So this is their winter vacation time. They're off. They don't have to come into class. And so some of them opt to keep practicing English, and they come into the school and you teach them. So that's what I'm doing right now. Today was my first day. I was pretty nervous about it all. Just it's a morning camp, so from 9 to 12. and you're just teaching the same students. So it's kind of daunting to just have to be with one group of students, teaching them like that whole morning, as opposed to doing like the shorter, just 40-minute classes with a bunch of different students that I'm used to. So today was the first one of that. It went really well though. I'm doing the same camp that my wife Isabel is doing, and Isabel is downright carrying me with, she created like all this course material, found a lot too. So she helped me out, like she even printed stuff for me, like yeah, she's carrying me out here. So that has been neat. What else about that? So yeah, I'm doing that for the rest of this week, and then next week I actually have a different group of students that will come. So while I do have a 10-day camp, I kind of have just 2 5-days, and I'm gonna run the same camp with them. So this week is 4th graders, next week will be 5th graders, and they can learn the same new stuff. It's all Pokemon themed. So playing Pokemon games, we're learning like the different types, kind of like the different elements and stuff like that. So some kids love Pokemon, some kids I think could care less about Pokemon and just have a fun time with the game. So yeah, I liked it, and I hope it continues going well. I will say I was worried about the 3 hours, but we didn't get through much more than half of what I had planned for today. So that's kind of a good thing. I mean, they still learned a lot. It's mostly like other games. So if I have to cut out other games because they're having fun playing these games and need to take more time on them, then that's perfect. I'd rather have planned or have way more stuff than needed, and versus the other way. So yeah, that went well. Enjoyed that. So got camp, do another update there, and then traveling home in February after camp. That'll be nice. Let's see some other things. Another thing is language learning. I've been trying to get better at learning Korean. I think from the outside, I thought that being immersed in the culture, I would just pick up the language very, very quickly. But I think I found that, my job, my day-to-day, really doesn't require a lot of Korean. So it's not like I'm pushed into it trial by fire, gotta learn, and I'm with people that can only communicate to me in Korean. Most of the people I'm around speak a pretty good amount of English. Some speak an incredible amount. So I think even though I'm in, Korea, there's a decent amount of my day-to-day world still operates in English. My job is all in English. I know some teachers like to use a lot of Korean in the class. I try to stick with just English and try to have the, because I don't know Korean. But even still, I try to really say even the words I do know. I try to leave those out of the classroom and just try to get the kids to really just speak English with me. Even if I see them out and about, I try to say hello rather than and speak in English, ask them how their day is, all in English, rather than trying to use the little pieces I know in Korean to practice my Korean, because I want them to practice their English. That's why I'm here. Which I think is fine. I think it works out all right. But I've been trying to get better at that. I think in the thick of things in the semester, the first time teaching, it really can be easy to kind of get overwhelmed by stuff or just kind of let things go to the background. And so it's been nice. I've been hitting some Duolingo, so I've been repping some of that, getting more into it. A lot of the other teachers here in my group are just kind of 5 teachers that we hang out with, talk with a decent amount. They're starting to get more into Duolingo, so that we're kind of pushing each other to learn and practice, which has been actually pretty good. We had Rosetta Stone, started getting more back into that, and I think hitting both of those has been a nice like balance. Learning on two different learning strategies in a way kind of gives it a little bit more holistic. Rosetta Stone pulled up a story, like a short story poem type thing in Korean, and if for the very beginner level, and I was able to read the story and able to understand what they're saying. You're talking about a man walking in the desert where there's no trees, the sun is hot, well, the sun was high maybe, it was definitely yellow, but no trees, no water. Then he sees water and he runs to it, and then the moon rises and he goes to sleep. And so nothing crazy, but that was really cool to read this whole passage in Korean. So that was really neat. I've enjoyed that. One of my goals has been trying to do language learning Tuesdays and Thursdays for at least an hour. I've been streaming that on Twitch to try to hold me accountable. And there's a little bit of competitiveness in Duolingo that's fun. So I've been trying to lean into that, try to compete for the leaderboards and have that drive some of my language learning, and I think it's accelerated it a good amount. I will say, the more you learn the language of the place you live, the more connected I feel to Korea and the other people around me. And then obviously I will say, the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know, because anytime I try to speak or say anything, I really I'm lacking a lot. So, but we're not letting that get us down. We're continuing to grow. Everybody's patient with me. They know, they don't expect me to know Korean. So that's been nice. And the last thing, some videos. Got a couple other like recorded videos I want to do. Want to talk about what my experience has been in that first semester, kind of like summarizing teaching for other EPIC teachers if they're interested in learning about what's it like to teach here, or maybe especially for someone like me who never had any teaching background or experience, what's it like teaching when you didn't come from a teaching background. There's a Kidders. Hit him go. I think you'd want to see that. Let's see how close we can get. But yeah, so want to make that video. Also wanted to put out a video talking about just 5 things that I didn't learn in orientation that I thought would be helpful to know, at least that I learned after that was helpful. So want to put something like that out. So if those would be helpful for you, always you can comment, say anything. But yeah, look, hoping I got a couple of things coming down the line. And I think that's all the updates I really want to give. So this sounds good. Things have been going pretty well. I'm really excited to get to go home. It'll be fun to see everybody. I definitely missed everybody back there. But yeah, so I'll catch you later.